Some moments in life look small, but carry the weight of destiny. A simple conversation, a quiet decision, an unexpected opportunity, and in that moment, you either step forward, or you walk away. Most people don't realize when their life is about to change. But sometimes, everything shifts because of one response. One act of kindness, one step of courage, one willingness to say, yes. The Bible tells the story of a woman whose life changed at a well. Her name was Rebekah, and what began as an ordinary day became the beginning of a legacy. Rebekah's story begins in a place of routine. A well. In ancient times, wells were more than water sources, they were places of rhythm, responsibility, and community. Every day, women would walk long distances carrying jars, drawing water not just for themselves, but for their households. Rebekah was among them, young, strong, diligent. She was not royalty. She was not seeking attention. She was simply living faithfully in the ordinary. But destiny often finds people in the middle of routine. Not when they are searching for greatness, but when they are consistent in small things. Far away, Abraham had grown old. And he had one concern left, his son Isaac. He did not want Isaac to marry from the surrounding nations. So he sent his servant back to his homeland to find a wife. The servant arrived at the well and prayed a very specific prayer. Let the young woman who offers me water, and also offers water for my camels, be the one. This was no small task. Camels can drink gallons upon gallons of water. This was not just kindness. This was effort, commitment, generosity beyond convenience. And then, Rebekah appeared. Before he finished praying, she stepped forward. She gave him water. And then, without being asked, she said, I will draw water for your camels also. Trip after trip, bucket after bucket, not for recognition, not for reward, just because that was who she was. Sometimes, the doors that change our lives open because of who we are when no one is watching. The servant watched in silence. This was the sign, the answer. He approached her, asked her family background, and everything aligned. In that moment, Rebekah moved from unknown to chosen. But being chosen comes with a decision. The servant explained everything. The promise, the journey, the future. Then came the question. Will you go with this man? No pressure, no delay, just a moment. Rebekah answered. I will go. Just like that, she left everything familiar. Her home, her family, her comfort, to step into a future she had never seen. Faith sometimes looks like movement before certainty. Rebekah's journey led her to Isaac. The meeting was simple, yet profound. Isaac saw her, she saw him, and scripture says, he loved her. In a world where marriages were often arranged, this detail matters. There was affection, connection, a new beginning. Rebekah became part of the promise. Not by birth, but by choice. She stepped into a story bigger than herself. But even in promise, challenges come. Time passed, and just like Sarah before her, Rebekah faced the pain of barrenness. The woman who said, yes, to destiny, now faced silence. Waiting can test even the strongest faith. But this time, something different happened. Isaac prayed, and God answered. Rebekah conceived, but the pregnancy was not peaceful. There was struggle within her. Conflict before birth. She sought God, and God answered. 2 nations are within you, and the older will serve the younger. Even before the children were born, their futures were already shaping the story. The twins were born. Esau, the firstborn, strong, rugged. Jacob, the younger, quiet, observant. Isaac loved Esau. Rebekah loved Jacob, and slowly, a divide formed. Favoritism is subtle at first. A preference here, an alignment there, but over time, it creates distance. And distance, if left unchecked, becomes division. Rebekah carried a promise, but she also carried a plan. When Isaac grew old and blind, he prepared to bless Esau. But Rebekah remembered what God had said. The older will serve the younger. Instead of trusting God to fulfill his word, she chose to intervene. She instructed Jacob to deceive his father. Disguise, imitation, manipulation, and Isaac, unable to see, gave the blessing to Jacob. The promise was fulfilled, but the method left damage. Esau was furious. Jacob fled, and Rebekah lost the son she loved most. Sometimes, when we try to force what God has already promised, we create pain that patience could have avoided. Rebekah's story fades quietly after that. No grand ending, no recorded reunion with Jacob. Just the echo of a decision that fulfilled a promise, but fractured a family. She was courageous. She was decisive. She was faithful in moments, and flawed in others. Just like us. Rebekah's life teaches us something deeply human. That faith and control often wrestle within us. She said yes when it mattered. She trusted when it was unknown. But later, she interfered when she should have trusted. Her story asks us, do we trust God enough to wait? Or do we step in when silence feels too long? Because not every promise needs our help. Sometimes, it only needs our patience. If this story spoke to you, take a moment to reflect. Are you in a season of decision, like Rebekah at the well? Or a season of waiting, like Rebekah before her children? Or perhaps a season where you feel tempted to take control? Ask yourself, am I trusting God's timing, or trying to manage the outcome? If this message encouraged you, like this video, share it with someone navigating a big decision, and subscribe for more biblical stories that connect faith with real life. And in the comments, share this. Have you ever made a decision that changed everything? Because sometimes, the smallest choices shape the biggest outcomes.